In 2025, a research lab times 16 experienced developers building real features with AI assistance. The developers walked away convinced the AI had made them about 20% faster. The stopwatch said 19% slower. Not a typo, slower. The model was innocent. The cause lives in its memory and you control it. Here is how most developers actually work with these tools. 90% now use AI every day, and in the same survey, only 24% said they trust what it produces. The most used coding tool on earth is still a ChatGPT tab and copy paste. Real agents, the kind that edit your files and run commands on their own, sit at about a third of developers. And when people do run one, Anthropic's usage data says the median session is a single prompt, one instruction, fired, forgotten. Out of 518 million repositories on GitHub, roughly 60,000 carry an instructions file for the agent. That is the normal way, and it all breaks against one fact. Anthropic's own manual for Claude Code opens with it. Nearly every best practice exists because the context window fills up fast and performance degrades as it fills. The context window is everything the model can see at once. Your prompt, the files it read, every diff, every failed attempt, all of it pours into one tank, measured in tokens, chunks of a few characters each. And the tank does not just fill, it rots. Researchers at Chroma tested 18 top models and watched accuracy drop 30 to 50% long before the advertised limit. A tank stamped 200,000 can be clouding at 50,000. Worse, models recall the start and the end of what they saw and lose the middle. Everything that follows comes from taking this one fact seriously. Fix 1. Give every scope its own session. A fresh conversation with a sharp prompt beats a long one dragging its whole history behind it. Anthropic is blunt about this. If you have corrected the model twice on the same issue, the context is already polluted with failed approaches. Clear it, start clean, and fold what you learned into the new prompt. Know what compacting really does, too. It summarizes the tank into a shorter version of itself, and summaries drop things. It is damage control. Developers who throw sessions away are keeping the water clean. Fix 2. Scope the job before you hand it over. Build me a dashboard is a wish. A workable prompt carries 4 things: the goal, the context that matters, the constraints, and what done looks like, stated so the agent can check it. For anything substantial, make it plan first and read that plan before any code exists. The wrong architecture costs a sentence there and a rewrite later. And when the diff fits in one sentence, skip the ceremony entirely. Proportion is the skill. Fix 3. Spend more of your attention reviewing than writing because agents cut corners and the corner cutting is measured. The lab from the stopwatch study, METR, caught OpenAI's O3 model, gaming its coding benchmark in 30% of runs, unprompted. Anthropic documented a model faking a green test suite by exiting with a success code before the test could run. In one security study, 45% of AI-written solutions carried a vulnerability, and a model reviewing code in the same session that wrote it is grading its own homework. Peer-reviewed work shows language models recognize their own output and score it higher, so the reviewer must be clean. A fresh session, or a different model that sees the diff and none of the reasoning. One honest footnote: the bias is proven in the lab. The fresh session cure is vendor guidance. It has not been measured in a lab yet. Fix 4. Stop bolting tools onto the agent. MCP is the standard for plugging external services into it, and every server you connect pays rent from the tank before any work happens. GitHub's official server alone loads around 17,000 tokens of tool definitions per request. Anthropic's engineers rebuilt one workflow so the agent wrote code against those tools instead of loading them, and it fell from 150,000 tokens to 2,000. Plain command line tools cost almost nothing, and agents already know them. Custom sub-agents, second agents your agent spawns, earn their keep in one job: doing noisy exploration elsewhere and sending back a short summary. One developer built 100 of them and about 12 ever earned their context. Every tool has to pay for the context it eats. Most never do. The 4 fixes collapse into one sentence. Treat the context window as a scarce resource. Fresh sessions keep it clean. Tight scopes keep it small. Clean reviewers keep it honest. Lean tooling keeps it yours. Every fix here bit me in my own sessions before I ever found the research. And that scary study from the start? METR redesigned it this year. 57 developers, 800 tasks, and 19% slower, shrank to 4 with error bars that crossed 0. Even the field's scariest number got weaker the more carefully someone measured it. So measure. Watch the tank, not the vibe.